I guess if he does come back, which he says he is, I personally am looking forward to it. I think we've already created so much lore around his initial run on the podcast that there's just so much to discuss and examine. But I guess his quote to Remo that I recall was basically that he doesn't want to keep doing, he wants to keep doing content. He doesn't want to keep doing content with gang members. He doesn't want to feel like he's being politicked on in every episode. Now, one way that you could easily avoid,
all you gotta do is not diss nobody.
That's what I'm saying. That would be the easiest way to not.
I ain't ever politicked on him, but as a man, you know what to avoid and what not. So just like
the gang community as a whole in LA probably would not really be terribly concerned with him or even talking about him at all if he had just not said a couple of different things.
This is the thing that I thought it was like done deliberately. I'm not saying he made the diss deliberately. I don't think that came out premeditated. But I thought that he wanted to make it a point to be like, oh, like I'm going to help gangs transcend this. Because he kept talking about that on the pod. No?
But whenever you call him out on some shit, he always comes at you with some weird mystical shit of like, my message is love. My message is bringing people together. Right? It's like, what are you talking about? What the you were talking about you insulting and offending a bunch of people, and now you're going to try to use this weird spiritual excuse to be like, oh, well, I'm an agent of love. What does that mean? Nobody cares.
No, it's a great escape hatch.
He don't like being cornered, bro. He put everybody else in awkward positions, but when he in one, he don't like that shit. Like that Hoover tat. When I say I'm gonna have a little broad DM this to 4 extras, he didn't like that. You hear me?
I'm sure he didn't.
I mean, keep in mind, we didn't know he was a Crip, a Hoover, or anything when he came out here and started doing content. I think him having any kind of gang affiliation was totally new to me and everybody else from my perspective.
I think if he go to the Hoovers, they go whoop his ass, bro.
Gumby's definitely hit me up about it. He's definitely trying to, I think, install a little bit of fear into the mind of 6 or 7 on.
Yeah, I talked to the Gumby. I told him, me and Chick, like, we need to all sit down.
I think that he feels like 6 or 7 on has some learning to do as far as how you got to behave out here, which I personally, I think that is a great idea. I think that he definitely needs a little bit of education.
He not interested if he can't turn it into a joke though.
But that's kind of what I thought was the point of the Faux Extra podcast, and that's why maybe I approached it in the wrong way when I was sitting down and I was like trying to rehash conversations that were already. I wasn't trying to necessarily instigate. I just thought that was like what was supposed to be discussed.
He was like, why you keep bringing it up? Talking about the S word. Why you keep bringing it up? He was going off on you.
Yeah, exactly. And like he felt attacked.
He said, I'm in LA. You trying to get me killed?
And I could see looking back on it. I was like, damn, maybe I was a little.
Nah, you didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Look, that episode needed to happen, and they just told me he's a buster because there's 2 clips that's like kind of crucial. The rest of them, Faux Extras laughing and having a good time, bro.
That's what it felt like to me. Like there was a jovial tone for the majority of it. Like he did keep saying like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of here alive, but like then there was like uproarious laughter afterwards. It wasn't like, yeah, you might not. But
you got to realize too that like he doesn't mean a lot of the stuff that he says online because he is just kind of constantly trolling, but I don't think that the people at home really like get it a lot of times. That a lot of the stuff that he's been saying to make himself feel like or look like a victim is and nobody here agrees with him in any way. And I'm talking about the staff. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody looks at him like 4 Extra gave him a pass that he really didn't have to give him, you know?
And he walked into it. No, that's the whole thing. Like, I guess he's mad that you weren't there or whatever, but it's like,
bro, and I hate that. People do podcasts on here. They know multiple days in advance that I'm not going to be there. They do the podcast and then they act like I'm scary and like there wasn't a reason why I wasn't there. Like I wasn't there because I was in Texas. And it's exactly the same as the with American Cholo where they acted like, oh, Adam stayed home to play poker. He was supposed to do this podcast when every single person there knew that I had a poker tournament that day and I wasn't coming into the office. And then everybody just lies and acts as if this was all like a big thing with me being scared. It's like, bro, I tell you guys when I'm not going to come. Hey. You all know. And then you just lie about it afterwards because it's a compelling narrative.
Who else lied?
Because I'm talking about AD and them back in the day.
Hey, look, all right, so, all right, you got the, because every time you go on some happen. So American Cholo, the suspect with the Brennan thing, and then this with Earthworm Jim.
Because that was while I was in New York that the suspect in because I think I landed on the plane and this had happened in terms of pulling out the knife.
So do we feel like if Adam was there, it wouldn't have gone down like that?
It's three. You like 3 for 3 with the absent in the bush.
But honestly, would any of those incidents, maybe the faux extra and Ugg pod would have gone a little bit different?
Y'all keep forgetting that, man. Controversial, man, is the #1 recipe for social media, man. 607 Unk in character, man. He understands and know that controversy sells, and that's what he doing, man. No, 607, man. He trying to do views, man, and get. Man.
No, I think, bro, he ain't done. He's staying away, right?
After your situation, this whole faux extra thing. After that, and he leave, and the whole 50,000 in a fight. What's all this?
He building up anticipation. He know what he doing. Yeah. He's branding himself.
Okay, all for what?
Yeah, but he gotta tweak his little content a little bit, man.
And also, though, we can't really blame Adam not being there.
But we different characters, though. How you gonna tell him how to do his content now? And as far as being disrespectful, yeah, of course. But anything outside of that.
But my thing too is like anyone who's going to be a host on No Jumper cannot be engaging in this like making up fake narratives about No Jumper to make the brand look bad. And when you act like I was supposed to be there that day, and you actually knew multiple days in advance that I wasn't going to be there because I had a trip. That it's not like I bought a plane ticket on a whim. I had the plane ticket like 2-3 weeks in advance. Right. It's like I don't appreciate that, and that's the kind of thing that's going to make me like, okay, you're funny, you're entertaining to have on stream, but I can't with you because you're doing this lame ass.
I was going to say the Kelpie happened with you being right there. You feel me?
Yeah, it took me like 15 seconds to get on my chair because I'm fried.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so we can't use Almighty as an example. Like,
no, he's not the example. He's the example. No, I'm saying every time Adam's gone, we ain't using him.
But I'm saying the most turned up incident that's ever happened on a No Jumper camera, Adam was right there.
Yeah.
So you can't really say
I think the most serious one probably American Cholo. Didn't he come up here with like 50 messages?
Well, no, I'm saying as far as what happened on camera. And
but also that's a situation that is constantly lied about because AD invited them there. And then acted like he didn't. Acted like it was like, yeah. And then he acted like it was this like sneak attack that AD was lucky enough. Like, thank God we had him to save us. When in reality, he scheduled it. He invited them. He knew I wasn't going to be there. And then he said that I was shook. And that's why I wasn't there, which this is the kind of thing that I'm not dealing with that.